You have never encountered another person. Everything that you experience, everything that you call real, all of this beautiful, beautiful world is merely a projection of consciousness. You see? It doesn't exist the way that you think it does. On a physical level, it exists because of your brain's logical analysis, the brain's interpretation of what a tree is, of what a rock is, of what a phone is. These things don't actually exist as tangible reality. And so there are no others. There is only consciousness. Consciousness expressed, experiencing itself within itself from infinite individuated spaces of consciousness. You see? And so the other people that you observe, seemingly observe, are simply reflections of the same consciousness that you are. They don't exist. You don't exist. Can you observe yourself right now? Not the physical avatar. That's not you. We understand that we are pure consciousness, experiencing itself within itself from infinite perspectives. You see? So ask yourself, have you ever stepped outside of awareness to experience what reality would feel like without being observed? What kind of question is that? Of course you haven't. Because without an observer, there is no observed. And so you live inside a projection. And if consciousness is fundamental, meaning that there is nothing or no one existing outside of your conscious awareness, wouldn't that make you the operant power of the reality that you experience? Absolutely. I want you to understand that the reality you are currently experiencing is being generated, literally rendered around the things that you assume to be true, around the things you consistently observe. You see? Existence by definition means to be consciously observed. The moment you stop observing something, it ceases existence. And why is this important? Because if you are the operant power, this means that you can add things, materialize, manifest things into your reality by consistently observing them. And so I want you to understand that there are infinite versions of you within infinite timelines waiting to be collapsed into tangible reality by you simply observing reality through that perspective, through that lens, through that version of yourself. You see? We are not becoming or chasing or trying to, we are. I am. You see? And once you understand that I am, you begin to embody that. And reality has no choice but to reflect the things you assume to be true. Because we understand that everything is a reflection, a projection of the one consciousness. Let's take this moment to expand our consciousness. The moment you understand that you live inside a projection and that everything is consciousness, basically infinite potential to create or destroy whatever, you will realize that you have been bending reality this entire time without awareness. You see? The moment you begin to observe reality through the lens of a new identity, you instantly collapse non-physical thought and imagination into your tangible experience. You see, most of us are perceiving reality through the lens of happiness for an hour within a day. Perceiving reality through the lens of doubt and lack and separation for 10 minutes throughout the day. That is the moment you bend reality. You see? That is an inconsistent version of manifestation. Creating your reality at will. And the reason it doesn't feel like you're bending reality is because of time. The reason that time exists, the space between your imagined reality and the rendering of the manifestation of that desired reality, is because it allows for you to consistently reinforce this thought program or this belief system so that it is consistent with this identity you have chosen to embody. You see? With the reality that you have signaled to the universe. Because the universe is not going to give you what you want. Reality doesn't respond to desire. It responds to absolute frequency. You see? What you are being determines what you will have. At any given moment, you have the ability to alter the frequency you exist in by changing the lens through which reality is projected. You live inside a projection.